Top MEP Eva Kaili has been suspended by the S&D party as the probe into corruption involving the EU Assembly and a Gulf country continues. Ukrainian troops continue to man the trenches in Kharkiv, while villagers in the area rush to repair their homes after a Russian missile strike.
Portugal is training ahead of its quarterfinals match against Morocco on Saturday, while England and France prepare to go head-to-head.
A vice president within European Parliament has been suspended amid a lobbying scandal involving a Gulf state. The Socialists and Democrats group said it has revoked MEP Eva Kaili's membership with immediate effect. Belgian police carried out several raids on Friday and made 4 arrests as part of an ongoing probe into corruption. This is a file that was already opened a few months ago by the Federal Prosecutor's Office, the spokesperson says. It is a file for suspected corruption, money laundering and criminal organisation, which concerns potential corruption in the European Parliament by a Persian Gulf state. The purpose of bribery is to try to change the political or economic decisions of the European Parliament. The Greek PASOK movement party has also suspended and distanced itself from the MEP after she praised Qatar in Parliament. While prosecutors have declined to name the country concerned, the S&D group says it wants the Assembly to discuss the, quote, unfolding Qatar lobbying scandal next week. Leaders from 9 southern European countries at the Euromed summit in Alicante have called on Brussels to create a more flexible gas price cap than the recently proposed sum of €220. Our debate is focused on the Commission's proposal for a gas price cap, a market correction mechanism, said Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez. In our view, this proposal needs to be adjusted. We have agreed to work together in that direction with the aim that next week's Extraordinary Energy Council can agree on a dynamic and effective cap on gas price.
While
the French President Emmanuel Macron said we would like an agreement at the Energy Ministers' next meeting on the 13th of December in order to have a package of technical measures to avoid excess volatility of energy prices when it comes to gas in particular and to avoid speculation. Along with gas, members also discussed migration and the fight against climate change in the region. All might be quiet in this Ukrainian trench, but these defending troops are ever vigilant. 3 months since Russian forces left the Kharkiv area, however, fighting in the region rages on. As Ukraine's military continue their counter-offensive amid sub-zero temperatures, President Zelensky says the battle on the front line is tough. The frontline situation remains very difficult in the key areas of the Donbass, Bakhmut, Soledar, Marinka, Kreminna, says the president. For a long time, there has been no living place left in these areas that has not been damaged by shells and fire. The occupiers actually destroyed Bakhmut, another Donbass city that the Russian army turned into burnt ruins. Meanwhile, residents in the small village of Kotliari, Kharkiv, are busy trying to repair what's left of their homes in the aftermath of a Russian missile strike. 1 person was killed and 2 were wounded in the attack.
Portugal does not want to follow Spain's path in Doha. Fernando Santos' team is training thoroughly with the aim of defeating Morocco this Saturday in the Qatar World Cup quarter-final. They will be the first to compete for a place in the semi-final for the tournament. They will be followed by France and England. The Blues, reigning world champions, are relying on the excellent form of their star Mbappe, and stopping him will be one of the main objectives of the English team. It is not yet clear whether England will sacrifice a soldier to try to drive the Frenchmen on the field.
Final preparations underway for France as they get set to face England for a place in the semi-finals of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. And Kylian Mbappe is back in contention and looking to add to his already impressive tally of 5 goals so far. Speaking of impressive, their opponents England have had a pretty strong campaign too. 12 goals they've scored, only 2 conceded. And having reached the semi-finals of the competition back in 2018 in the final of Euro 2020, this may be their best chance for a generation to lift that famous trophy. But they're up against a confident side who themselves looking to retain the FIFA World Cup and be the only side to do so since 1962. Sam Ashu for Euronews in Doha.